Coming up on the Shelia Smoot Show, the Birmingham Water Works is shutting off water, but they have a plan for you if you're running into trouble on how to avoid a shutoff. Also, if you can't pay, there are plans to help you make sure you pay your water bills. Stick right here with me. I'm going to tell you how to do that. Also, if you are having trouble with budgeting, a lot of us do, I've got some tips for you to help you budget right down to that last cup of coffee. I'm Shelia Smoot. The Shelia Smoot Show starts right now. Welcome into the Shelia Smoot Show. I am Shelia Smoot. Good to have you along today. And it's going to be a great day. It always is when we are able to talk to you, the public. To you, the public. We like doing that. I like doing that. I've been doing it for a long, long time. And so I'm very excited that you're joining me because we're not suckers. We are consumers, and that's what this show is about. First of all, I want to make sure that you know about 5 ways to dig yourself out of trouble. Debt trouble. We're going to have a series of shows of this magnitude because I need to give you homework every week. And when I give you homework, we can come back and talk about it at some point. But I need to give you homework every week. And so this is going to be somewhat of a homework exercise that you have. And this is 5 ways to dig yourself really out of debt trouble. Number 1, break your debt into small pieces. Generally, pay off credit card debt with the highest interest rate first. First of all, you shouldn't get one with high interest rate, but with the way these rates are going now, you just got to regulate that and don't overspend because you know what? It can get going real fast. You can spiral down real fast. And I don't want you to do that. So we want you to generally pay off credit card debt with the highest interest rate first. But if you don't need it, don't buy it. Repeat, if you don't need it, don't buy it. You do get into buying, so you do need it sometimes. But if you got extra cash, go on out and pay down the debt. And like me, get extra income, residual income. A book I want to tell you about, Robert G. Allen. It is a residual income book. It's by Robert G. Allen. And I used to carry that book all the time because it talks about so many different ways that you can get residual income. With that residual income, you can pay down these debts. And no longer can you really just sit at home and just do a 9 to 5, 8 to 5. And then some of you are just sitting at home and working from home. And then you don't do anything else. And then you're like, oh, woe is me. I have all this debt. Well, you got to at least have a 2-income family. And if it's just you, you might want to just have have 2 incomes. And you don't have to do anything that's hard, folks. You don't have to do anything that's hard. Have your bread and butter job and then go ahead and get something you like to do, Maybe you could teach a class. Maybe you can, and all these universities are always looking for instructors to teach your skill. Maybe you like photography, or maybe you like sewing, or maybe you like teaching people how to be on their computer. And you can have that as a class. Maybe you like doing that. Well, you can make money from that, Pay yourself first, then pay down your debt, okay? Number 2. Track every bit of your spending. Do you know what? My Starbucks bill was just getting ridiculous. I mean, I felt like I had stock options. I really did. I felt like I had stock options. Because, Starbucks is like, as my dad said, why do you buy an expensive cup of coffee? And at that time when he was alive, I'm like, yeah, why do I? And I talk about that scenario a lot because I had to ask. I don't know. It's kind of a cool cup. Get your little sleeve. Get your little stopper. Green tea latte. Matcha green tea latte. No whip. No foam. 1 Splenda. Stirred, not shaken. Hot. Skim. 2%. Maybe I just like talking to myself at the window or something about making the order. But when I added up my bill, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I literally was going to Starbucks in the morning, then in the evening. That's twice a day. $4.65 a cup plus tax. $5.35. That's $10 roughly. Roughly $10, $11 because I always tip. So that's roughly about $12 a day. Think about that. 5 days a week because, I had to get into my work mode. But then there was the weekend. I'm like, I'll treat myself. Relax inside. Man, that bill was so high. I'm sorry, I love you, Starbucks, but I had to cut you out of my life. Number 3, don't miss any payments. Now, my husband's always on me about this. Don't miss any payments. Okay, I know I have it. Running. Don't miss any payments. They get you. And if they're like, oh, you're late. No, I'm not late. Well, you pay a day after. They're going to charge you $25. But you're not late because you're not 30 days late. But they're going to get you because what? They're there to do what? To make money, to spend yours. Don't let anybody spend your money. That's why I don't take anybody shopping with me, kids included. That has to be a special trip because I have the budget for them. I only have one. Thank God she doesn't want me to go shopping, and I don't want her to go shopping with me either. Why? Because you're not going to spend my money. And number 4, as I talked about, boost your income. Working extra hours or getting a part-time job on the side can give you more cash to pay off your debt. I talked about that. Multiple streams of income. Do what you like. Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, clean somebody's house, make somebody some clothes, go work at a restaurant, go work at a hospital, work from your computer, write press releases, shoot this show. Yeah, the guy shooting this show. We work together a lot. And step number 5, get help as soon as you see trouble. Credit counseling is good. Don't talk about it to yourself, folks. I mean, you can't get yourself out. Talk to somebody. This is a mental health break. Finance can run you into a wall if you can't handle it. Finance can run you into a wall if you can't handle it. And so in the meantime, in between time, you really, really, really need to get a handle on your finance. And those are the 5 ways to dig yourself out of trouble. Number 1, break debt into small pieces. Number 2, track every bit of your spending. Watch your coffee habit, folks. Number 3, don't miss any payments. Be on time. It's very critical because it goes into, it's all about time now. It's not, they don't even care if you have the income. Well, I make $100,000 a year. They don't care. They don't care. Are you paying your bills on time? And then pay it down 30%. Don't carry 100% of debt because that drives it down. You can get your credit score up really fast by doing those things. Boost your income, get something extra, do something fun. Dogs sit at your house. Tell them to drop the dog off, drop the food off, put the water in the cup, and you just sit there. And just tell the dog to sit. And there you go. Are you there, Rick?
Hey, I'm here.
I got you. It was my fault. Technology. I need an extra income in doing technology.
Gotta do it all.
I gotta do it all. Well, you do it all too, boy. I'm telling you, we're very excited to have you on because there's a lot going on at the Birmingham Waterworks Board in regard to the water. Number 1, talk to me about what this big event is. There's some shutoffs coming up, but it's been a year in coming. I mean, you've given people an opportunity. First of all, tell me about why you gave folks an opportunity not to relax on these bills for a while.
Yeah, so, just to kind of paint the picture, Sheila, back over a year ago, as you mentioned, we began to have some staff challenges due to COVID. Mm-hmm. We had people out. There were people who retired, and it really put a strain mostly on our meter reading department. And so we weren't able to go out and read meters in a timely manner. And so with that being said, there were some billing delays, and we just discontinued shutting off water until we can get ourselves back to where we were. So it took some time to do so. Over the past year, we amped up our department, our staff, and we are back out there reading meters on time. And majority, I would say 99% of our customers are now receiving a timely bill. And so with that being said, it is time for us to go back to our normal operations of shutting off delinquent accounts. Our
Right.
message, though, is that we want the customers to engage with us. We're having payment plans out there, installment plans out there, in ways that people could avoid getting their water shut off, because that's the absolute last thing we want to do.
And you know what? You know what, Rick? And I know that about agencies. It is really the absolute, especially agencies regulated by all kinds of different type of scenarios across the board. Agencies do not really want you to be shut off. I think you and I can attest to that, both being
Right,
on the other side. I was on the other side of that years and years ago. We don't want to shut you off. We don't want to
right.
shut you off. But what we do want is for you to contact us if you have a hardship. I talked about that earlier. If you have a hardship, it's like just like with your credit cards, Rick, or just like with your car note or your house. There are people who will work with you. They don't want to take this on, and certainly water is the end all be all for me. I drink so much water, and your water, by the way.
Right.
My mother loves the Birmingham water when she comes from Flint, Michigan.
Oh,
But she's from Flint. You can understand. They had some water
right.
crisis. You understand. But every time
Yes.
she comes here, she loves the water because you've got some of the best water, and I know this personally, in the country. And so you don't want to shut off that process. So tell me a little bit about how we are going to start to make sure that people with an exorbitant amount of on their water bill. What's the first step for those folks who say, look, I cannot pay you on any day of the week coming up in the next month or two? What do you want them to do?
Well, and I'm glad you mentioned that story, because we really stand on that, being proud to produce some of the best water in the nation. Water, at the end of the day, is something that we all have to have, Sheila, and so we don't want you to be without it. The truth of the matter is, we have customers who have not paid in several months, knowing that we won't shut them off. And
Right.
unfortunately, that puts them in a position to where, if they were experiencing a hardship before, this does not help when you have a huge water bill. And we understand that. So what we've done now is we've even extended our payment plans and installment plans for some of those customers. And it has to be a case-by-case basis. So that's why we're asking to call. But we're extending those out from like 3 to 6 to even 12-month installment plans. We're trying to do everything we can to work with these customers. So the thing is, help us help you. We can't help you unless you reach out for help. We've extended our call center hours now from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We've even opened up on Saturdays, Sheila, from
Wow.
8 a.m. to noon to try to
That's
engage
good.
with as many customers as
Right.
possible. And so the only thing left for us to do in situations like that is to wait for the customer to contact us. And we're going to be, as we begin this process, we're starting with, the customers who hadn't paid in a long time, just sort of a softer approach.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully once people see that, we're out there again shutting off water, they'll, get back in and try to make some arrangements with us.
And that's the key, making an arrangement. Again, like you said, you do know what the bills are, but you don't know what the scenario is. Folks, they don't know what the scenario. They know you've got a bill. That bill's coming through. It's automatically generated, pretty much, Rick. I mean, or is that pretty much what it is?
Correct. We bill every 30 days. That's right.
Okay, so they're billing you every 30 days, folks, every 30 days. And however, they see that bill. What they don't see is you and your hardship and why you can't pay it. All they see is it's not paid. And so it's up to
Right.
you, right, Rick, for you, folks,
That,
customer, to contact. It doesn't help that you're fussing and cussing. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help you if you screaming at the top of your lungs and telling off every customer service rep at the waterworks. It's not going to help if you come into the meeting and raising your fist and attacking Rick Jackson in the parking lot.
no,
Rick,
I don't want that to happen.
no, Rick is still not going to be able to keep your water on. I mean, I know you're upset. I know you're mad. I know it looks bad. However, thanks to this agency of record who have people who understand, who have been in your shoes, who understand it. These are general people working at these positions in customer service and just happen to get some good jobs. Your meter readers, all of these people are just like you. You know, they're
Yeah,
working a job just like you. And they too, by the way, have a water bill. Rick, you got a water bill?
absolutely.
You got a water bill, Rick? I
Yeah,
know
we
you.
all got a water bill. Yes,
Everybody's got a water
absolutely.
bill. Everybody. So it's not that they're trying to not pay their water bill either. So, Rick, help us understand what's the first step in getting an arrangement, if you could articulate that for me.
Sure thing. So there are a few ways. You know, you can call our customer service line, which is 244-4000. Speak with a rep. They will look into your account and then find something that works best for you.
Oh,
Also, our website is available for customers who are a little bit more tech savvy than I am, Sheila, with some things. You can go on our website and speak with our reps and make an arrangement there. One thing also about our website, what we have is from our homepage, you can click on our banner that's there, and it gives you those installment plans, the breakdown of those. We have frequently asked questions there, but also we have a list of utility assistant agencies in the area who are also willing
oh,
to help pay your water bill. So if you're in
really?
a situation to where, yeah, well, you're in a situation to where, I just don't have the money. We have agencies that are partnering with the people of the community to pay bills, like the Urban League of Birmingham. We have the H2O Foundation, and we have those contact infos on our website as well. So we are really trying to, get people back to where they're in a good financial footing with paying their water bill and in a timely manner. So the resources are there, folks. We just want you to engage with us.
And that's a key to engage with you, to be honest, folks, to just make sure you make the effort to call. This shutoff is coming, folks. It
Yeah,
is
it's happening.
coming because a lot of folks, and Rick, the COVID was just really bad for renters, for people with mortgages, for people with general bills. So it really had an effect overall on America, not just Alabama, not just Birmingham. And
Right.
again, thank God for those agencies who say, we're going to cut you some slack, we're going to give you a break, and we're not here to be rude or mean. And that was the other thing. Customer service, Rick, you and I know, was a key. I remember when I was working at the county commission, and I'm still on them, about customer service, because the person at the desk is the first point of contact, not your general manager, not your board, not
Correct.
Rick Jackson, the public information professional that's we're talking to. That's not it. It is customer service. And I know you guys did some training in that area, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so glad you mentioned that too, Sheila, because that is so important. I tell people all the time some of the most important people in the organization are the people in customer service, because you're right. Sometimes they are the first contact, and sometimes they're the only contact with the public and the customers. And so we are making sure that our team is well versed, well trained. We've presented them with some language,
Oh,
ways to handle customers, because, at the end of the day, we're talking about a bill here. So
right, right,
a
right.
number of people aren't going to be happy to talk about paying a
No,
bill.
no.
And so it's our job to bring assurance to them, to get information to them. And so that's what our team is doing. We've worked with our customer service team on a lot of those things, and they are well versed on what to tell the customer and how to de-escalate situations. And
Right.
so that's a very important part of it. And honestly, we're servants. We're servants of the community, and we all at the Waterworks, we are part of customer service, because the customer is the very reason why we're able to run a viable utility. This is our utility. You mentioned the fact that we all have a water bill. Majority of our employees are Waterworks customers, and so we have to go by the same thing that we're trying to enforce with our 5-county area. So we're all in this together. We're all in this together, and we just want you to help us help you.
And that's a good point, that you just want that help. And I want to thank you for talking to us, because it has been just one of those conversations, Rick, and when both you and I were reporters, was this not a conversation? Was this not a conversation? It never
It
fails.
absolutely was.
And I'm not going to tell how long ago I was on TV, but I'm still on TV. Hello, good morning. And Rick was on this station. Hello, good morning. But we have seen this more than 20 times in our career.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and thank God for the current group that they wanted to not be such a struggle all the time. And Rick, I think
yeah,
both you and I will agree that this is just like any other utility bill you're getting, whether it's cable, power, water, gas, whatever it is, it has to be paid in order to stay on. So give me the date. You are definitely going to help people avoid being shut
yes.
off on the water side, correct?
And what we are doing is asking our customers to reach out to us. Please engage with us and so that you can avoid your water being shut off. It doesn't matter what type of situation you're in.
Right, right.
We're willing to help with you. And so call our customer service line. That number again is 244-4000. That's 205-244-4000. Our website is BWWB.org. And there's a plethora of resources there for our customers who are in these situations. We can't do any more than you're allowing us to do on the part of helping us avoid shutting your water off. And so we really just appreciate the opportunity, Sheila, to get the word out to as many customers as possible because we don't want to shut anyone's water off. That's
Right.
not going to get anyone anywhere, you
No,
know?
you're right.
That number again is 244-4000. That's 205-244-4000. Our website is BWWB.org.
You're right, Rick. That's not going to get anybody anywhere. You have a 5-county area. Can you go over those county areas and do you have offices in the other counties outside of Jefferson and downtown Birmingham?
No, our main office is right here in Birmingham, but we do service a 5-county service area that includes Jefferson, which majority of our customers are located, Shelby, Blount, Walker, and St. Clair. And so with that being said, we serve nearly 800,000 customers.
Ooh, that's a lot.
And yeah, that's a big footprint, you know. But the thing about it, Sheila, we want to make sure we're the largest utility in the state of water utility in the state of Alabama. But we want to make sure that every interaction with our customers, regardless of our vast footprint, we want to make sure that we want every customer to feel that they are important, and we want to have that one-on-one engagement. And so that's why it's really difficult. And you see stories in the media like, oh, my gosh, this person has a high water bill or something must be wrong or, you know, we have to address those one by one because you know what? It could be a leak. It could be something else. And so every customer isn't the same.
It could be a leak.
Yeah.
It has
could
happened.
be a leak.
It has happened to me.
Yes.
But it got handled. When I realized they came out right away, they were very nice. They're very gracious. I actually like the meter guys. They're very nice, and they don't want no interaction. They're like, hey, okay, I'm trying to help you. I don't want to do this. Please, I hope you don't see me. You know, they're trying to get in and out. They're like, please don't attack me. Please don't attack me, folks. Be nice to your meter man. Be nice to your meter man
Those
and
guys
woman.
work really, really hard.
Yeah,
And
they
women.
do. It's not their fault. Please call customer service.
No. That's correct. You know,
definitely.
we're all in this together.
We're
Sheila.
all in this together, Rick. You said the key word. We are all in this together. And being a product of Flint, Michigan, guess what, folks? I am here to tell you about Flint, Michigan. I'm born and raised. You could be in Flint, Michigan, and not Birmingham, Alabama, in the 5-county area that this Birmingham Waterworks service. Because, Rick, I will say this, knowing that they shut the water off when I was a child because of the lead in Flint, Michigan, and then knowing that they turned it back on because they got mad at whoever they got mad in Detroit. It was a whole mess. And knowing that I go home and I see that, I thank God for the water in Birmingham. Like, seriously, because, folks, years and years ago, they had to make those repairs and had to make sure the pipes are done, and they're still upgrading the system. And I can honestly be the person to honestly say that the water in Birmingham is some of the best. As my mother, who still lives in Flint, comes here, she wants to drink the water. She wants to drink the tap water. She won't even drink the bottled water.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, this water's so cold. And I said, Ma, it is 90 degrees outside. Oh, no, it's so good. But being a product of
Yeah.
bad water, brown water, Rick. I mean, I used to turn on the water. We had a water softener at our house because the water was so bad. It would hit the pipes. It was that bad in Flint, Michigan. And folks,
Wow.
I am here to tell you that you have one of the best systems, and I can attest to that. I got research and factual information, but I'm a product of Flint, Michigan water, and I'm still standing. They shut it off before I drank it. I mean, it didn't get to the poison stage. So thank you so much, Rick. Thanks to you, and again, that number is 205-244-4000. Get in line and get your water solved. They're open on the hours 7 to 7. They're open on Saturdays. They're trying to get you straight. The shutoffs are coming. Don't be a victim of that. Rick, thank you so much, and we look forward to talking to you on a regular basis to try to make sure people get this information.
Thank you, Sheila. We got a lot more information to get out to the people, so we are very much so looking forward to talking to you more often.
All right. We'll see you next time, Rick. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm consumer advocate Shelia Smoot. With fuel prices fluctuating, what happens if you're stuck with a gas guzzler?
We all know the best way to save gas is to have a more fuel-efficient car. But if you're stuck with a gas guzzler, are you doomed to endless trips to the pump? Not necessarily, says Consumer Reports. They found the #1 way to save on fuel is just slow down. You should also drive consistently. Speeding up and braking frequently cut the fuel efficiency of a typical Toyota Camry by several miles per gallon. Next, remove anything on the roof. Items like bike racks can reduce a car's efficiency by a whopping 15 miles per gallon.
One final tip, take a moment to warm up your engine. Consumer Reports says that simple step can help your car consume less fuel. I'm Shelia Smoot. Remember, don't be a sucker, be a consumer.
All right, folks, you heard from Rick Jackson from the Birmingham Waterworks Board. 205-244-4000, 205-244-4000. Remember, you're listening to the Shelia Smoot Show. I'm Shelia Smoot. Don't be a sucker, be a consumer.